Everyone, Sarah here. So what am I here for? I'm here to talk to you about my sinking funds and my budget planner. So I'm using a Hobonichi Day Free, and I am, what am I doing? So I wanted to talk to you about why I'm setting up this budget planner. So I will stop saying so, everyone. I apologize. I was just gonna say it again. So I'm doing the budget planner because, well, I want to be more intentional about how I'm spending my money. And some of the things that I had found myself doing in the past was, so let me back up. I had a ton of student loans. I'll be very transparent with you all, and I finally paid them off. And after I paid them off, I was like, oh my God, like this giant weight had come off of me. And like, I don't have to tell, if you struggle with student loans, or if you have student loans, like you totally get it, and I feel for you, and oh my God, pay them off. I did not realize like how impactful they were on your life and your kid's life and your retirement and all of the things, like all of it, what it does. And so anyway, so I paid it off, and then I was like, oh my God, I have like extra money to like buy things that I want to buy. Well, so basically I wasn't really keeping track of my money. And last year, and you know, fortunately for me, like that was okay, but I will say the end of last year killed me. And I was like, why am I in this situation? I have a good job and I feel like, you know, I'm fortunate, and I'm just like, why? So the end of last year, it was Christmas, and I had kind of money aside for Christmas, but my cat got sick, and I love my cat, Oregano. He's like my life. So anyhow, he got sick, and it was just after my dog, which I love her too. She had a new ACL put in like a transmission. No, she had a new ACL. So I had a really expensive pet year, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it just killed me. And of course it was around Christmas time, and I was just stressed, and I wasn't enjoying the holidays, and I was like, oh, my cat, and you know, my dog, and why am I doing that? And I just had like all these regrets earlier in the year. And what I started thinking about was like, I wasn't putting money aside for the things that I know are gonna happen. So like, I know we have sports, like we played lacrosse, and I knew we needed equipment. Why didn't I put money aside? So anyhow, so it's just really thinking about all of the things, right? So like, we play sports, we celebrate Christmas, I'd like to go on vacation. I want to have a little emergency fund for the cat and the dog, so it's not so impactful if they're there. Like, even if I put a little money aside, it's a little better than having no money aside. But I also want to start building up my retirement account, because I prioritize my student loans over my retirement. So because you have to, like that, the debt never goes away with student loans. So speaking of the devil, I think my cat will be visiting us. So I want to like start putting money more than I can in my 401k, more than the minimum, right? I want to try to catch up a little bit, which I will never be able to catch up right now, but if I can make a little bit of progress towards catching up, that's all I'm really hoping for. And just also having money to relax and have fun. Like, I'm not super rigid on my budget. I do make time for convenience, and I do make time for takeout. And so anyhow, so I want to talk to you about my sinking funds, and I'll be you'll see me setting them up. So 20 of 20, so these are my goals, 20 sinking funds for 2020. So what are they? I'll quickly show them, but we'll jump into the video so you guys can see it. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I came up with the sinking fund. So Christmas, I do prioritize Christmas as a big thing. We don't do a lot during the year for like things, so most of the time my kids will buy, if they want something, they have to buy it. So I want to put some money aside for Christmas every paycheck. I also have some big ticket items coming up where my older son is going to be starting driver's ed, and that's expensive. So I want to start putting money aside for that, and so that will be at the end of the year, so I have plenty of time to put some money aside for that. My younger son's also going, he's graduating 8th grade, and he has like all the 8th grade things. So I want to put that aside, and I don't want to be stressed about it. Like, I want to be like, yeah, go for it, have fun, you know. My older son will also be wanting a car, and I'm not going to buy him a car, but I would like to help him a little bit with the car. So I'm not sure what yet, but I'm just going to put money aside. So that's about a year away, but I just want to have some money there. Like, if it's $100, it's better than no dollars. Vacations, I'd like to do some vacations. Back to school, man, those school supplies are expensive, frankly. Like, I don't think they get it, but anyhow, so that. And my car, so I know that I need some tires and routers soon and registration and stuff, so I've been putting money aside to that. So these are all things that I know that are coming up this year that I'm just gonna put a little bit aside for every month, every paycheck. The other thing is when my teenage son starts driving, the car insurance gets rather large, so the bill. So I want to start putting a little money aside to just offset that big push in the monthly cash flow, if you will. So I just want to start putting a little money aside. So just sports equipment, nothing big there. So some of these are really small, by the way, some of these sinking funds, but I just want to have the peace of mind that it's put aside. Subscription renewals, Amazon, Xbox, PlayStation, that stuff adds up. So I'm just putting some money aside for it. Then I have a clothing fund for each of my kids, so there's 3. Like I said, the pets, I want to have some money put aside by the pets. So I just, like, say I want $100, and I want to, you know, I have 26 paychecks or 24 paychecks, and I would just break, you know, divide 100 by 24, and then that's what I would come up with, and that's what I would be putting in. And if I can, I can't, then I would say if it's I can't do 10, I'm gonna put 5, right? So just figure out what you can do. And it's like a savings account, but it's not really a savings account. And then I want to put money aside for a MacBook. I want one, because, you know, I'm putting like $4 a paycheck. Like, I'm not getting one anytime soon. So anyway, then I talked about my photo albums, 20 photo albums for 2020, and I'm also stacking that I'm gonna have a sinking fund for that, because those Snapfish photo albums are pretty expensive. I have money aside for my hair, the boys' hair, so there's a couple. I have another 20 20s, so 20 $20 bills. So I just want to be like, I have an extra 20, I'm going to throw it, and that's going to be free, so I can figure out what I want to do at the time, at the end of the year. And then my organization project. So I talked about doing my office over, and maybe like I'm going to have 20 organized spaces, so 20 decluttered spaces. And then after they're decluttered, I want to do 20 organized spaces. So I want to organize what I want to keep, not the clutter. And then I also, these aren't the 20 of 20, but I put a little tracker aside so I could track like how much is in my 401k every month, because that's money you have that you don't really have it, but it's nice to see it grow. So that's why I just want to see it every month. And then a savings fund. Credit cards, I'm going to be paying down some credit cards. There's not a lot, and I don't think I'm going to pay off my car. I think I'm going to leave the car, because it's not that big of a deal for me right now. So I'm going to kind of not focus on paying that off. So anyway, so my budget journal, so I'm going to do, every month I'm going to do like a budget with me. And again, I'm just going to set up my pages and show it, and I'll give you an update of how I'm doing towards my 20 sinking funds of 2020. So I'll let you know how the progress is going of how I'm doing. And, you know, I may not do well. So anyway, so I'll give you an update in my kind of monthly budget setup video. So everyone, enjoy the video. Take care. All right, so here I'm just getting all the things. You guys just saw me kind of give you an intro to my sinking funds and why. So this is me setting them up in my Hobonichi day free. Guys, I'm like completely loving this day free thing. Like, I'm not sure I would switch to replace my regular Hobonichi, but I really like this as a bullet journal. So anyhow, I'm digging it. So here I'm setting up my sinking funds. So we talked about 20 sinking funds of 2020, and these stickers are in my shop. And I have to say, I actually designed these for a bullet journal. So let's you know what? I can't say it. I'm not going to try. I designed them for that, to go 3 across, and they fit so nicely in this Hobonichi. It was like a meant to be for me to get this, but they fit so snugly in the corner, and it leaves about 2 rows down the middle, and they fit really well. I'm so happy with how they came out. And I'm not just saying that because they're in my shop. You don't have to buy them. I'm just saying I really like them. So here I'm just setting up all the 20 different funds. So my intention with this is, so every white gray line, which you'll see like paycheck 1, and I'm going to go in and backfill these. Paycheck 1 starting at 0, added whatever, $10, ending at 10. Paycheck 2 starts at 10, add 10. Now it's at 20. So I'm going to track them over the year, and I might do 2. I think I'm going to do like 1 line or 2 lines. I'm not 100% sure yet. So that's how I have it set up for here. So I have 20 sinking funds, and then I have 4 like savings type funds, including my 401k, because I just like to see those month over month, which we already talked about. And here I'm just sticking in the same format with the debt. So every paycheck, what I paid down and what's left. And I do expect that I'll get my debt paid off very shortly. There's not a lot, except for my car. I'm going to leave my car. But I want to see it 0 every month over month. I do the bills on the credit card. So I want to see 0 over 0, 0 over 0, month over month for like a period of time. I'm really going to hold myself to that one. And I have a 4th debt there. I don't have a 4th debt. And I didn't set it up because I don't want to have to use it. So here you see me drawing in the lines, and I just like how this looks aesthetically, and it took a long time, so I cut out half of this, but I just did all 24 really of the funds, and I just really like how it looks. And that is the Tombow, what is it? The Tombow 95, I think it is. Hold on. Yeah, Tombow 95 marker. And then I go in with my Micron, I think this is an 03, and I just draw down the lines just to give myself some boundaries. And again, I'm just going to, every paycheck, I'm going to either add or subtract money. So if we get haircuts, I'll subtract the haircuts that we took from the fund. Or if I'm adding money per paycheck, I'll add it to it. And I'm just going to do that month over month, or paycheck over paycheck really. And or transaction over transaction. So I'm having that set up, and that's how I plan on using this. And I'm going to fast forward at some point. So here I'm just writing in the fund name. So that's vacation fund, back to school. And then PC is paycheck. So that's like the per paycheck amount. And then the total. So the goal I want for the total. So for the $100, I'll write $100 there. And I just write that in. And so I don't really want to share that information. I'll go in and fill it in later. And that's just giving me a target to shoot for. So I know how I'm doing with my progress. And in the intro, we talked about the sinking funds, but it's, pets, Christmas, vacation, sports, subscriptions, and then I have like a fund 20 of 2020s. So at the end of the year, whatever 20s I have, I'm going to put towards something. So maybe it's that MacBook, but I doubt 2020s are going to get me a MacBook. But anyhow, so I just write in the fund name, paycheck, and then the total that I'm shooting for. And if they get fully funded, I'm just going to leave them there. So some of those sinking funds are cash envelopes. So I have money that I take out cash every week, or every paycheck, I should say, and put it aside. But the majority of them are in a separate savings account. So here's just a flip through. So all the sinking funds here. And continuing the sinking fund flip. And those are my savings accounts. So